We're diving into the incredible history and value of the 1949 Abraham Lincoln Wheat Penny. Yes, you heard that right. This tiny coin has reached a staggering market value of $1.8 million. But why is it so special? What makes it worth so much? Let's find out. First, let's talk about the basics of the wheat penny. The wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln wheat cent, was minted from 1909 to 1958. It was introduced to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. The reverse side features two wheat stalks, symbolizing prosperity and abundance. Now, let's zoom in on the 1949 wheat penny. At first glance, it may seem like an ordinary coin, but there's more to it than meets the eye. Most 1949 pennies are worth just a few cents today, depending on their condition. However, certain rare varieties have skyrocketed in value, and that's where the $1.8 million coin comes in at so. What makes this particular 1949 penny so valuable? It all comes down to rarity and errors. Rare coins are often the result of mistakes during the minting process. In the case of this 1949 penny, collectors believe it may have been struck on a rare metal planchet or include a unique die error. Coins like this are incredibly rare, making them highly sought after by collectors. Imagine owning a coin with such a fascinating backstory. This brings us to the million-dollar question. How did this coin reach such an astonishing value? One key factor is its pristine condition. The $1.8 million 1949 penny is believed to have been graded as mint state, meaning it has retained its original luster and sharp details. For collectors, condition is everything. Even a minor scratch can significantly reduce a coin's value. Another reason for its high value is its historical significance. Coins that capture a moment in history, like the wheat penny celebrating Lincoln, often attract collectors who are passionate about preserving the past. Combine this historical appeal with its rarity, and you have a recipe for a record-breaking auction price. Speaking of auctions, let's talk about the marketplace. The coin market is booming, with collectors willing to pay top dollar for unique pieces. In recent years, high-profile sales have shown that rare coins are not just collectibles, they're also investments. This 1949 penny is a perfect example of how a small piece of metal can turn into a multi-million-dollar asset. Now, you might be wondering, could you have a valuable wheat penny hiding in your collection? It's possible. Start by examining the date and mint mark, which can be found below Lincoln's portrait. The mint mark indicates where the coin was produced, and certain combinations are rarer than others. Next, check the coin's condition. If it looks uncirculated, you could be holding something special. For those who are serious about determining a coin's value, professional grading is essential. Coin grading companies like PCGS or NGC can authenticate your coin and assign it a grade, which directly impacts its market value. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate what this story teaches us. The 1949 wheat penny reminds us that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. It's a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with spare change in your pocket, the world of coins offers endless surprises. So, next time you come across an old penny, don't dismiss it too quickly. Who knows? You might just have a million-dollar coin in your hands. Thank you for joining me today as we uncovered the incredible story of the $1.8 million 1949 Abraham Lincoln wheat penny. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another fascinating coin story. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a rare coin or if you plan to check your collection after this video. Hello and welcome to our channel, where we dive into the fascinating world of rare coins and collectibles. Today, we're talking about a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and enthusiasts alike, the 1991 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny. Could you believe this humble coin, which most of us have seen countless times, could be worth up to $2 million? That's right. Stick around, because in this video, we'll explore the history, unique features, and current market value of this incredible penny. To truly understand the value of this coin, let's start with some history. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure. Over the decades, the design has seen minor changes, but the penny remains one of the most iconic coins in American history. The 1991 D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark. This coin wasn't particularly rare at the time, with millions produced for general circulation. However, certain factors can turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary treasure. What makes the 1991 D penny so special? The high value stems from a rare error or variation that occurred during production. Experts believe this coin was struck on a unique planchet or experienced a double die error, where the design elements appear doubled. These errors are incredibly rare and often go unnoticed for years. Tio put it into perspective. Errors like this are the result of a slight misalignment in the minting process or the use of an unusual metal composition. These small mistakes can create coins that are not just rare but highly sought after by collectors. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping value. While most 1991 D pennies are worth only their face value, a select few with these errors have sold for astronomical amounts. Recently, one of these error coins fetched $2 million at auction. This is due to its rarity, historical significance, and demand among high-profile collectors. Why such a high price? Well, coins are like pieces of art. Their value is determined by rarity, condition, and desirability. The 1991 D penny in question was in near-perfect condition and had one of the rarest errors ever seen. This combination made it a true gem in the coin collecting world. So, how can you tell if you have one of these million-dollar coins? First, check for the D mint mark under the date on the front of the coin. Next, examine the penny closely for any signs of doubling, especially around the lettering or Lincoln's profile. You might need a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe for a closer look. Also, weigh the coin. A standard penny weighs about 2.5 grams. If your coin is heavier or lighter, it could indicate an error. Lastly, consider consulting a professional coin grader or appraiser. They can verify the authenticity and value of your coin. If you think you've hit the jackpot, your next step is to contact a reputable auction house. Coins like the 1991 D error penny often achieve their highest value through auctions, where competitive bidding drives up the price. Keep in mind that selling a rare coin involves fees for grading, certification, and auction commissions, but the potential payout can still be life-changing. Whether or not you have a rare penny, proper storage is crucial. Always handle coins by their edges and avoid touching the surface, as oils from your fingers can cause damage. Store them in a cool, dry place, preferably in protective cases designed for coins. Who would have thought that a simple penny could be worth millions? The story of the 1991 D Lincoln penny is a reminder to always check your change. You never know what hidden treasures you might find. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more stories about rare and valuable collectibles. We're going to dive into one of the most fascinating coins in American history, the 1984 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, and how it's currently worth a staggering $2.1 million. Yes, you heard that right, $2.1 million. Stick with me as we explore this rare coin, its incredible value, and the story behind it. To start, let's look back at the history of the penny. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner, and it features the iconic portrait of Lincoln on the obverse and a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The penny, made primarily of copper, has been a mainstay in the United States currency system for over a century. Yet, over time, some of these pennies became far more valuable than their face value, especially when rare or unusual variants are discovered. Now, let's get to the heart of the story. In 1984, a seemingly ordinary batch of Lincoln pennies was produced. However, a handful of these coins were minted with a unique error that would go on to make them incredibly valuable. These pennies were mistakenly struck with the wrong design, specifically an error involving the date and the placement of some of the details on the coin. Initially, these coins were overlooked, as the mistake wasn't immediately obvious to the casual observer. But it wasn't long before collectors and numismatists began to take notice of the error. As news spread, the value of these pennies skyrocketed, particularly when one of these coins was auctioned for over $2 million. Why is this penny worth so much? Well, there are several factors at play. First, the rarity of the coin is a huge factor. Only a very small number of these 1984-era pennies were ever produced, and finding one in good condition is almost impossible. Collectors are always on the lookout for such rare items, and when one of these pennies comes up for sale, it generates an enormous amount of interest. Second, the historical significance adds to its value. Abraham Lincoln is one of the most revered figures in American history. His image has been on the penny for over a century, making the coin a symbol of both American heritage and the country's economic system. A coin with a significant era tied to such an important figure naturally sparks interest among both collectors and investors. The condition of the coin is another crucial element. Coins in pristine condition are always more valuable than those that have been worn down or damaged over time. In the case of the 1984 penny, the ones that have survived in nearly mint condition are the ones that fetch the highest prices. If you were to find one of these rare pennies today, you'd be holding onto a piece of American history. Imagine coming across a coin that's worth more than a luxury car, or even a house, just by happenstance. This is the kind of story that makes coin collecting so exciting for enthusiasts all over the world. So, how can you identify if you found one of these rare pennies? It's all about knowing what to look for. The most obvious indicator is the error in the design. The 1984 era pennies often have an issue with the date, or sometimes with the alignment of other details like the mint mark or the Lincoln Memorial. It's important to have a keen eye and to study the specifics of the coin's design to confirm if it matches the error pattern. If you think you've found one of these pennies, it's a good idea to have it authenticated by a professional. There are many reputable grading services that can evaluate the authenticity and condition of a coin, giving you a better idea of its value. Once authenticated, your coin can be sold through various auction houses or directly to collectors who specialize in rare coins. It's also worth noting that while the 1984 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny has a record value of $2.1 million, most era pennies aren't worth quite that much. However, even a penny that's not quite as rare or in perfect condition could still be worth a significant amount more than its face value. There are plenty of other coins with minor errors or unique characteristics that can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For those of you who are interested in getting into coin collecting, there are a few tips that can help you get started. First, it's important to educate yourself. Learn about different coins, the various types of errors that can occur during the minting process, and the history behind them. The more knowledge you have, the better your chances of spotting a valuable coin. Second, take care of your collection. Coins should be stored in proper holders, away from humidity and direct sunlight, to prevent damage. Handling coins with gloves and keeping them in a safe place can ensure they maintain their value over time. Lastly, be patient. Rare coins don't come around every day, and finding one that could be worth a lot of money can take time. However, the thrill of discovery and the potential for a big payoff is part of what makes coin collecting so rewarding. So, if you ever come across a 1984 Lincoln penny, take a moment to look it over closely. Who knows? You might be holding on to a piece of American history worth millions of dollars. As we wrap up today's video, I hope you've enjoyed learning about the incredible value of the 1984 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you've got any coins in your collection, take a closer look. You might just find a hidden treasure. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of collectibles. We're going to dive into something fascinating, especially for all you collectors and coin enthusiasts out there. We're talking about the 1987 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that has become the stuff of legends in the world of numismatics. This specific penny is not just any ordinary coin. Its current market value has skyrocketed to an astonishing $2.1 million. How did this penny, which is still a part of everyday change for most of us, reach such a remarkable price? What makes it so special? In the next few minutes, we're going to explore the history of this rare coin, its journey from a minting error to a highly sought-after collector's item, and how it ended up fetching such a jaw-dropping price. Stay tuned as we explore this numismatic marvel. Let's start by setting the scene. The U.S. Mint produces billions of pennies every year, but most of them don't end up being worth much more than their face value of 1 cent. So, what happened in 1987? Well, this particular penny is one of the rarest examples of a minting error. It's a 1987 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin that was struck without the copper plating that usually covers it. This unusual mistake made it a coin like no other, And it's this error that has driven its value to astronomical heights. To understand why this happened, we need to take a quick look at how pennies are made. Typically, pennies are composed of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The copper plating is supposed to cover the zinc core, giving the coin its familiar reddish-brown appearance. But in some rare cases, like with this 1987 penny, the copper didn't cover the zinc properly, and as a result, the penny had a unique look, a silverish, almost unpolished appearance. This tiny mistake caused the coin to stand out, but it wasn't immediately recognized as anything special. In fact, it took several years before anyone noticed the rarity of this particular penny. Numismatists, those who study coins, are always on the lookout for rare minting errors. One day, an eagle-eyed collector spotted the 1987 penny with the unusual composition and recognized it for what it was, a major error. From that moment on, this penny became one of the most coveted items in the world of coin collecting. As word spread about this rare 1987 Lincoln penny, collectors from all over began searching for it, hoping to find one of their own. But the coin didn't just become valuable because it was rare. Over time, its value was driven up by its status as a minting error, one of those mistakes that adds an extra layer of intrigue to any collectible. People were fascinated by how something as small as a tiny mistake in the minting process could result in a coin worth millions. Now, let's talk about how this coin ended up with a price tag of $2.1 million. In recent years, it was discovered that only a handful of these 1987 Lincoln pennies were ever made. Of those, only one was in near-perfect condition, which is the one that was auctioned off for an astonishing $2.1 million. This record-breaking sale caught the attention of the media and the coin-collecting community worldwide. It also made people realize that there could be other coins with similar errors, hidden out there, waiting to be discovered. What's interesting is that the 1987 Abraham Lincoln penny isn't the only coin that has fetched a fortune due to a minting error. In fact, there have been several other famous coins in history, like the 1943 copper penny, that have reached huge prices due to similar mistakes. But the 1987 penny's value is particularly striking because it's so recent, meaning it's within living memory for many of us. To think that a coin from just a few decades ago could be worth millions is truly mind-blowing. So, why does a coin like this become so valuable? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. The rarity is easy to understand. There are only a handful of these 1987 pennies in existence. The condition is also crucial. The one that sold for $2.1 million was in near-mint condition, meaning it had been preserved in perfect or almost perfect state, with no wear or damage. And of course, there's the demand. Numismatists, collectors, and even investors know that rare coins like this one can be worth much more in the future. For many collectors, owning a coin like this is not just about owning a piece of history. It's also about making an investment that could appreciate over time. Now, if you're wondering how you can get your hands on one of these million-dollar pennies, you might be disappointed to hear that they're nearly impossible to find. Most of them have already been discovered, and as you can imagine, they're not just lying around in circulation. But that doesn't mean you should give up hope if you're a coin collector. There are plenty of other rare coins out there, and you never know when you might stumble upon one that could be worth a fortune. Coin collecting is more than just about having a collection. It's about being part of a community of passionate individuals who appreciate the history and artistry behind coins. And while not every penny you find in your change jar will turn into a million-dollar treasure, it's still exciting to imagine that there could be something out there waiting for discovery. So, what can we learn from the incredible story of the 1987 Abraham Lincoln penny? First, we're reminded of how unpredictable and fascinating the world of coin collecting can be. What seems like a simple mistake can turn into a valuable and sought-after piece of history. Second, it shows us that the value of things, whether they're coins or other collectibles, isn't always about their initial worth, but about how much people are willing to pay for them in the future. In closing, the story of the 1987 Lincoln penny is a reminder that sometimes it's the smallest things that can make the biggest impact. This rare coin, born from an unexpected minting error, has not only become a symbol of the world of coin collecting, but also an example of how something as simple as a penny can have unimaginable value. Thank you for joining us today as we explored the incredible story of the 1987 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment below if you've ever discovered a rare coin in your collection. Who knows? Maybe your next coin could be worth millions. We dive into the fascinating world of coin collecting and explore a hidden treasure that might be in your pocket right now. We're talking about the 1980 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny, a rare coin that has recently shocked the coin market with its astonishing value of $2.2 million. If you're a coin collector, a history enthusiast, or just curious about rare treasures, this video is for you. Let's begin by understanding the significance of this particular penny. Coins have always been an essential part of history, serving as both a tool of commerce and a reflection of a nation's identity. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, is one of the most iconic coins in American history. It commemorates the legacy of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, who led the nation through its most challenging times. But what makes this 1980 Abraham Lincoln penny so extraordinary? The answer lies in its unique error. In 1980, a batch of pennies was struck without the image of Abraham Lincoln, a mistake that escaped the U.S. Mint's quality control process. This error coin was likely the result of a damaged die or a misaligned strike. Such mistakes are incredibly rare, and when they do occur, they create coins that collectors prize highly for their rarity and uniqueness. Now, you might wonder, how does a 1-cent coin transform into a multimillion-dollar treasure? It's all about rarity, condition, and demand. The 1980 Lincoln penny is considered one of the most elusive error coins in modern numismatics. Fewer than a handful are believed to exist, making it an absolute gem for collectors. Let's talk about the current market value of this coin. In recent years, as interest in error coins has grown, the demand for the 1980 Lincoln penny has skyrocketed. Earlier this year, one of these rare pennies was sold at auction for an astonishing $2.2 million. This jaw-dropping sale set a record and further cemented the coin's legendary status. But why would someone pay millions for a penny? For collectors, it's not just about the monetary value. It's about owning a piece of history. Error coins like the 1980 Lincoln penny represent a fascinating moment when something went awry in the minting process, creating a unique artifact that stands out from the billions of standard coins produced. For those wondering how to identify this rare penny, here's what to look for. First, examine the coin closely. The absence of Abraham Lincoln's image on the obverse side is the defining characteristic. You'll also want to check the coin's date to ensure it's from 1980. If you suspect you have one, it's essential to have it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service. The condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its value, so proper handling is crucial. Now, let's delve into the broader appeal of coin collecting. For many, collecting coins is more than a hobby. It's a journey through history. Coins tell stories of the times they were minted, reflecting the culture, politics, and technological advancements of their era. The discovery of a rare coin like the 1980 Lincoln penny adds a sense of excitement and adventure to the pursuit. If you're thinking of starting your own coin collection or diving deeper into the world of numismatics, here are some tips. Begin by examining the coins you already have at home. You'd be surprised at what treasures might be hiding in your change jar or old collections passed down through your family. Next, invest in a good magnifying glass and coin guidebook to help identify potential rarities. And finally, always handle coins with care, as even minor scratches can significantly reduce their value. Before we wrap up, let's take a moment to appreciate how incredible it is that a simple penny, something most of us overlook, can hold such immense value and historical significance. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who enjoys learning about fascinating finds, the 1980 Abraham Lincoln penny is a reminder that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more stories about incredible discoveries, hidden treasures, and the history that surrounds us. And if you've ever found a unique or rare coin, we'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Who knows, you might just have a $1 million coin in your possession. We'll uncover the fascinating story behind the 2020 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny and why one specific version of this coin is valued at an astonishing $2.3 million in today's market. Stay tuned as we explore the history, key features, And what makes this coin so incredibly valuable? The Lincoln penny has been a staple of U.S. currency since 1909, when it was introduced to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, it has undergone several changes in design and composition, but it remains one of the most recognizable coins in circulation. The 2020 version might seem like an ordinary penny to most people, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. First, let's take a quick look at the history of the Lincoln penny. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original penny featured Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, making it the first U.S. coin to depict a real person. The reverse has seen several designs, including the iconic wheat ears, the Lincoln Memorial, and, more recently, the Union Shield. The 2020 penny carries the Union Shield on the reverse, a design introduced in 2010. Now, what makes the 2020 penny so special? While billions of these pennies were minted, a small number of them were struck with an extremely rare error or flaw. These error coins are what collectors dream of finding. The specific 2020 penny that fetched $2.3 million at auction is one of these rare error coins. Error coins are highly sought after in the world of numismatics. They occur when something goes wrong during the minting process. For example, a die crack can create unique patterns, or a misaligned strike can result in a doubled or distorted image. The 2020 penny in question has a unique error that makes it one of a kind. This particular coin features a double die error, where certain elements of the design appear doubled. In this case, the doubling is most prominent in the words "In God We Trust" and "Liberty," as well as the date itself. 2020. Such errors are extremely rare, and their rarity, combined with the high demand from collectors, can drive the value of these coins through the roof. The $2.3 million price tag for this penny reflects not only its rarity but also its pristine condition, graded as a MS69 by the Professional Coin Grading Service. This grade indicates near-perfect quality, making it even more desirable to collectors. If you're wondering how to spot a valuable penny like this, there are a few key steps you can take. First, always check your pocket change. While the chances are slim, rare coins do occasionally end up in circulation. Look closely at the details of the coin using a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. Pay special attention to the lettering, numbers, and design features, as errors are often subtle. Second, consider having your coins professionally graded if you think you've found something special. Organizations like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin and provide an accurate grade, which is crucial for determining its market value. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises. The story of the 2020 Lincoln penny reminds us that sometimes extraordinary value can be found in the most unexpected places. Coins like these are not only worth millions but also serve as a reminder of the artistry and craftsmanship behind our currency. Thank you for joining me on this exciting journey into the world of rare coins. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories about the hidden treasures in your pocket. And remember, every penny counts, literally. We're diving into an incredible story about a humble penny, a coin so rare and valuable that it's now worth an astonishing $2.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1994 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent coin. If you have one of these in your possession, you could be holding on to a fortune. Stick around to find out what makes this penny so special, why it's worth millions, and how you can identify it. Let's start with some background. The 1994 Abraham Lincoln penny is a part of the proof coin series minted by the U.S. Mint. Proof coins are not your ordinary pocket change. These are specially made for collectors, struck with extra care using polished dies, giving them a mirror-like finish and razor-sharp details. Normally, proof coins bear a mint mark that indicates where they were produced. For example, most proof coins from 1994 were minted in San Francisco, which means they carry the S mint mark. But in an extremely rare minting error, a small number of these coins were produced without the S mint mark. This is what collectors refer to as the 1994 S penny. Now, you might wonder why a missing mint mark would make this coin worth millions. The answer lies in rarity and demand. Out of the millions of proof coins minted in 1994, only a handful of S pennies exist. Some experts estimate fewer than 10 were ever made. This kind of rarity drives collectors wild because it's essentially a mistake that was never supposed to happen. Add to that the fact that the coin is from a popular series featuring Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic figures in American history, and you have a recipe for a collector's dream. So, how do you know if you have this $1 million penny? First, you need to check the date and mint mark on your coin. The 1994 No.S. penny will have the year 1994 on the front, right below Lincoln's portrait. The key is to look closely at where the mint mark should be. If it's missing entirely, you might have struck gold, or, in this case, copper. However, remember that proof coins are not found in circulation. They are usually sold directly to collectors by the U.S. Mint, so you won't find one in your pocket change. Instead, you'll need to check proof sets from 1994. If you or someone you know has one of these sets, it's worth a closer look. Let's talk about what happens if you do find one of these coins. First, you'll want to get it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations specialize in determining whether a coin is genuine and assigning it a grade based on its condition. For a coin like this, even a slightly lower grade could still mean a seven-figure payday. Once authenticated, you'll need to decide whether to keep it as a prized piece of history or sell it to the highest bidder. Recently, one of these pennies sold for $2.4 million at auction, breaking records and capturing the attention of collectors worldwide. So why is the current market value so high? It's a combination of factors. First, the rarity of the coin makes it almost mythical among collectors. Second, its connection to Abraham Lincoln adds historical and cultural significance. Finally, the coin market itself has been growing, with investors seeing rare coins as an alternative asset. When these factors come together, the result is a staggering price tag. Before we wrap up, let's discuss some tips for spotting other valuable coins. Mint errors aren't limited to the 1994 No.S. penny. Coins with double dies, off-center strikes, or other anomalies can also be worth a lot of money. Pay attention to details like mint marks, dates, and the overall appearance of the coin. A good magnifying glass and a guidebook can help you identify potential treasures. In conclusion, the 1994 No.S. Abraham Lincoln penny is a fascinating piece of numismatic history. Its rarity, the story behind its creation, and its record-breaking value make it one of the most sought-after coins in the world. If you think you might have one, take the time to investigate. Who knows, you could be sitting on a small fortune without even realizing it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed learning about this incredible coin. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel for more content on rare coins, collectibles, and hidden treasures. We're diving into an incredible story about one of the most fascinating coins in U.S. history, the 1975 Abraham Lincoln 1-cent penny. You might think, it's just a penny, right? But what if I told you this humble coin has a current market value of $2.5 million? That's right. One of these pennies recently made headlines in the numismatic world for its jaw-dropping value. In this video, we'll uncover why this coin is worth millions, how to identify if you have one, and the intriguing history behind it. Make sure to stick around until the end to learn some expert tips on spotting valuable coins in your collection. Let's start with a little background. The Abraham Lincoln penny, first introduced in 1909, is one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. It features the iconic profile of President Lincoln on the obverse and, since 1959, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While billions of pennies have been minted over the years, only a few are considered rare and valuable due to errors, unique features, or historical significance. Now, what makes the 1975 D penny so special? First, let's clarify one important detail. The D mint mark indicates the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies at the Denver facility, so most of these coins are quite ordinary. But among those billions, a very small number stand out because of a mysterious error that occurred during production. This error involves a double die. For those unfamiliar, a double die occurs when a coin's design is accidentally stamped twice, slightly misaligned. This creates a unique effect where details like the date, lettering, or Lincoln's profile appear doubled. On the 1975 D penny, the doubling is particularly noticeable on the date and the words, "In God We Trust." This error makes the coin exceptionally rare and highly sought after by collectors. But there's more to the story. In addition to the doubling error, the 1975 D penny in question is made of bronze, a combination of copper and zinc. At the time, pennies were transitioning to a new composition, and any variations in metal content can make a coin even more valuable. This specific penny also boasts an impeccable condition, graded as mint state 67 red. That's an almost flawless coin, with its original luster intact, as if it just came off the press. So, why does all this matter? When you combine the rarity of the error, the pristine condition, and the historical significance, you get a coin that collectors are willing to pay millions for. In fact, the most recent sale of this penny at auction fetched an astonishing $2.5 million. It's a testament to the passion and dedication of the numismatic community. Now, you might be wondering, do I have a 1975 D penny like this in my collection? The good news is, it's entirely possible. Millions of these coins were circulated, and many are still out there in piggy banks, jars, or old coin rolls. Here's how to check. First, examine the date. Use a magnifying glass to look closely at the 1975 and the D mint mark. Do you see any signs of doubling? Look carefully at the "In God We Trust" inscription at the top of the coin and the word "Liberty" to the left of Lincoln's profile. Doubling in these areas is a key indicator. Next, assess the coin's condition. Even if you spot the doubling, the value of your penny depends on how well it has been preserved. Coins with minimal wear and tear are worth much more than those that have been heavily circulated. Lastly, consider having your coin professionally graded. Reputable grading companies like PCGS or NGC can certify your coin's authenticity and assign it a grade, which will significantly impact its market value. Before we wrap up, let's talk about the broader lesson here. This story highlights the importance of paying attention to the small details in everyday life. Who would have thought a penny, something we often overlook, could be worth millions? It's a reminder that treasures can be found in the most unexpected places. If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone looking to explore the world of numismatics, this is the perfect time to start. Check your change, dig through old jars, and keep an eye out for unique coins. You never know. You might be holding the next multimillion-dollar discovery in your hands. Thanks for watching today's video. If you found this story fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on rare coins, collectibles, and fascinating historical finds. And if you've ever found a rare coin or have questions about your collection, let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear your story.